So hello guys, today we are going to start the second part of pair of linear equation in two variable chapter. In the last video, if you have remember, we have discussed the basic introduction of pair of linear equation in two variables, in which we have seen that what is the general form. I just want to give you the fast recalling of all the topics which we have covered in the last previous video, that is a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0, and then a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0 are the general form of a pair of linear equation which we have discussed in the last video. This is the general form of a pair of linear equation. When we draw two lines, so the pair of lines on the graph paper, then we get the two conditions. Basically, there are two ways. There are two ways to represent these equations on the graph paper, or for solving that. Representation also two ways, solving also two ways. So representation first graphically and then algebraically. Right? Solving also graphically and algebraically. The two parts you have to cover: representation and solving. Right? Solving means finding the value of the variable. The representation, two ways. One way is that maybe the line will be intersecting each other at any point, that is called unit point, that will be the solution. Or maybe the lines will be parallel. Right? This condition we discussed already in the last video. And then the third condition, the lines will coincide to each other. Right? This is the one way, graphical way to represent pair of linear equation on a piece of paper. Then algebraically, if we want to represent these equations, then the word in this what we call intersecting condition, what was a1 upon a2 and b1 upon b2. If the coefficient of x and y from both the equation are not equal, then we'll get the intersecting condition. If a1 upon a2, b1 upon b2 are equal, but c1, c2 are not equal, in that case the parallel condition. And if a1 upon a2, b1 upon b2 and c1 upon c2 all three are equal, in that case we'll get coincident condition. In this case, we will say that intersecting line, parallel line, coincident line, right? Here, now when solution will come, then solution definitely different condition will be there, the solution one. So here solution will be there. We can say the lines are intersecting. So then what we get the solution? Solution will be unique solution. Unique solution. Unique means only one solution. So which is a one solution? This is a one solution. Whatever coordinate we'll get here at this intersecting point, like this abscissa, suppose if I am writing A, here B, so then coordinate A and B will come at this point. So the A and B will be the solution of this these two lines in this case. In this case, since lines are not intersecting because it's a parallel line, so here we will get no solution. We will get no solution. No solution will be there with these two lines because it never intersect or touch each other. But in this case, there are many points which are common in these two lines. Many points, infinite lines. Since it is a line, we can extend more, both the sides. So in that case, there are many points, there are a number of points, infinite points in which both the lines are common. Right? So here we will get infinite many solution. Infinite many solution. Here we are getting the unique solution, here no solution, here infinite many solution. So in this case, when unique solution will be there, we will say the lines are consistent. So children, it's a very important point. Sometimes question will ask like prove that, or like show that these lines are consistent or inconsistent. So here lines will call consistent because we are getting the solution. Since here solution is not there, so we will say these lines are inconsistent. Here we are getting the infinite many solution, so we will mention again these lines are consistent. See, here we are getting the infinite solution, but at least we are getting the solution. Here also the solution. So wherever solution is there, whether it is unique solution or infinite solution, we will say the lines are consistent. So in first case or last case, lines will call, pair of lines will call consistent because solution is there. But in middle case, when no solution will be there, we will say the lines are inconsistent. Okay. So this all the conditions were there which we discussed in the previous class or video, where this is the representation of pair of line on the graph paper in two ways: graphically, algebraically, and then algebraically. Right now, this when we find a solution, in solution, graphical solution, obviously we'll draw the graph as we discuss right now. So when we draw the graph and we will find a solution, whether unique or no solution or infinite many solution. And when we have to find a solution algebraically, then there are three methods we discussed. One method was what was there, that is substitution method, and then next method, second method was there, which we discussed already, elimination method, and then third method what was, that is cross multiplication method. So these three methods are called algebraic method, and graphically method means through the graph only. So in your exam, when questions will come, then question may ask like solve these equation by graphically, or question may ask solve these equation by algebraically. When solve the equation by graphically, obviously we have to draw the graph, and the drawing the graph, the same process which we have done in the 9th class, right? When solving the equation by algebraically, then out of these three methods we can use any method. Sometimes question can ask question can mention the specific method also, like substitution method or elimination method or cross multiplication method. So if like question will give particular condition, then condition means the particular method we have to apply. Otherwise we can use any method, means out of these three, right? So this all thing we have discussed in our previous video. For more clarification, you can watch the first part of this chapter, which I have already forwarded. Now we proceed for the NCERT questions. Our pattern will be like that. Like after all the introduction and all, we will start the exercise questions. Okay. So we will start the first exercise. In this one, we have to represent the equation on the paper. Means we have to represent it graphically and algebraically both. So the 3.1 exercise, the first question is there. Aftab tells his daughter, I'm just reading the question, we will frame the equation. This is basically 3.1 exercise, and the first question I am just dictating for you all. Aftab tells his daughter, Aftab is a father, and he tells his daughter, what he said, tell, like 7 years ago I was 7 times as old as you were then. Also 3 times from now I shall be 3 times as old as you will be. Isn't this interesting? Represent this situation algebraically and graphically. So this situation is given there. In this situation, if you can observe, there are two conditions basically. One is 7 years ago. Another is 3 years later. Right. So one equation we can find with this one condition 7 years ago. Another equation we can find with 3 years later one. So that two equation, this pair of equation will come ultimately. Okay. In this pair of equation, question is asking first algebraically and then graphically we have to draw. Right. So then what we can do, we will find, first of all, we'll assume x and y variable, because since it is a 2 variable chapter, linear equation in 2 variable. So we have to assume 2 variables first of all. So x and y we can take, you can take any variable, but generally we'll go for the x and y. So like the father is there, Aftab will assume here that Aftab's age, and always we will assume the present age, that is x years. Okay, and then daughter's age, daughter's present age will assume y years. Okay, now first condition 7 years ago. First condition 7 years ago. How we frame the equation is we are going to discuss, right? So there are two variables. Aftab is x years, present age. Okay, and then daughter is y years, present. But 7 years ago means both will be subtracted by 7 only, right? Father definitely x minus 7 and daughter also y minus 7. Then what condition was given there? Father was saying, this is the father, this is the daughter. Here father, here daughter, 7 years ago. Father says 7 years ago, I was 7 times. Obviously father is always elder than daughter. But here condition is that like father is 7 times older than daughter 7 years ago. So we have mentioned first of all 7 years ago both the ages, but father is since 7 time. For equating this, we have to multiply 7 here in daughter age and it will be equal now. See, framing the equation means equal sign there in between, right? Then only it will be equal, like Raju, like a pen. Okay, so then here x minus 7 is already 7 times. So for making it equal here, which is less side, we will multiply by 7. In that way, it will be equal. Now we can simplify, very simple, x minus 7, 7y minus 49. So it is x minus 7y equal to minus 42. This minus 7 will transfer. Minus 49 plus 7 minus 42. So this becomes the first equation with the first condition. Right? Now, the other condition was given there. That is, 3 years from now, means after 3 years. 3 years later. Now 3 years later, again the ages will be changed. Father age will be definitely x plus 3. Daughter age also 3 year added, that is y plus 3. Now father says I will be 3 times. Father says I will be 3 times. If father will be 3 times, for equating where we have to multiply 3, father or a daughter? Obviously in daughter. So then it will be equal. And then we can equate. X plus 3, that is 3y plus 9. So what will come later? That is x minus 3y equal to 6. Good. So this is these two equations you will get. That is, finding these two equations is called what? Now the given condition we have converted algebraically. The given condition we have converted algebraically. Fine. Now the same situation we have to represent on the graph. Means on the graphically. So for drawing the graph, we will take any equation, like first equation we are taking, that is x minus 7y equal to minus 42. Now this equation we are drawing on a graph paper, right? So I am just removing this equation from here for finding some space. I think, is it clear to you? Okay, first equation I am trying to remove here. Now x minus 7y equal to minus 42 was the equation. How we will solve this one? We can convert this 7y minus 42. We'll transfer this equation, right? Now in place of y, we'll try to put any value and we'll find the value of x. So then which value we are trying to put, and then we will draw one table. At least the 3 points or 3 coordinates we'll try to find. So we will get the proper line. If suppose y place, if I put 6, y place if I put 6, so then what will come here? This 7, 6, 42, and then it will come 0, right? X equal to 7 and y place I am putting 6 minus 42, that is 42 minus 42, so what will come here? That is x equal to 0. Now another value we can take, which value, like suppose if I am putting here y equal to 7, suppose. Right, so y equal to 7, so x equal to what will come? That is 7, 7, 49 minus 42. So what will come into x equal to 7? Here also 7 will come. Okay, now another value if I try, that is any value like x equal to, if I put here y equal to 5. Y equal to 5 I am putting. So x equal to what will come into? Y equal to 5, so that is 35 minus 42. So what will come into? That is minus 7. So x equal to what will come then? Minus 7. So 3 coordinates will get. Now same way we will try to find a coordinate with this next equation and then we will draw the graph. So that become graphically. Okay. So here I am writing this one. That is, space is less, so I am writing here equation, that is x minus 3y equal to 6. If I transfer that, that is 3y plus 6. 3y plus 6. Now I'll put a y value, any value, and then we'll draw the table. And then 3 values at least, or 3 coordinates we'll try to find. So if I'll write y equal to, if I am writing suppose 0, y equal to I am writing 0. So x equal to what will come? 0 into 3 0 plus 6, so x equal to what will come it? That is 6. Now if I'll put y equal to, suppose if I am putting this 1, I'll write y equal to 1. So x equal to what will come? 3 into 3 plus 6, that become 9. I'll take the negative value. So minus 1 if I'll take, suppose minus 1, so minus 3 plus 6. So x equal to what will come? 3. X equal to will come 3. Now another value will take. Now if y equal to, if I put minus 2, 3 minus 2 plus 6. So what will come better? Minus 6 plus 6. So x equal to what will come? 0. So these all coordinates will get. Now all these coordinates will try to arrange on the graph paper. So graph paper will take and will draw these two lines. I'm just drawing on the board, but when you do the practice, you draw on the graph paper. So graph paper, when this darker line will be there, on that draw this x-axis and y-axis. Mention that y-axis, negative y-axis, x-axis, negative x-axis, and then origin. Right here I am marking the points, but when you will use this graph paper, already these darker lines will be there on the paper, so it will help you. Now negative side also I am mentioning here. Okay, so negative side also here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Here, since I am making roughly, so then maybe the some points variation will be there, means the gap. Okay. Now the first table, the coordinate is x equal to x 0 and y 6, means 0, 6 we have to represent. So 0, 6 where will come beta? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one. This is a 0, 6, right? 7, 7 where will? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more point. So here it will come. Okay. Where is the next line? Okay, the next point is minus 7, 5. Minus 7 means here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then minus 7, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here it will come. It will come somewhere here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Here, roughly it is here. And if I join, so it will go this way. Roughly. Okay. It will go this way. Here coordinate is 0, 6. Here coordinate is what beta? That is 7, 7. And here coordinate is what? Minus 7, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So minus 7, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 5. Right. Next one, this one. 6, 0. Where 6, 0 will come? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exactly this beta. Then 3, minus 1. 3 means there. Minus 1 is there. Minus 1 is here. Correct? Another is 0, minus 2. Where it is? It is here. Okay. If I join all these three, it will go this way. Okay. Here. Sorry. It will go this way. But if I extend these two, so somewhere it will intersect. Here space problem is there, but when we will extend both the sides, then it will definitely intersect at one point. Okay. So this way we can find the algebraically and then graphically. This is a graphically representation, and algebraically solution means the equation which we found earlier. The first equation, the second equation. This is algebraically, this is graphically. Question is not asking at this time solution. If question would ask like solution, then we have to extend them and we have to find which is a common point where the lines will intersect. In that case, only the solution will come. Okay. So one more thing, like with these all equations only, the first equation was there, x minus, here I am writing x minus 3y equal to 6. Second equation was there, that was x minus 7y equal to minus 42. With these two equations, without drawing the graph, can we find the lines will intersect or parallel or the coincident? Can we find? Yes, we can find. We have seen three methods, this A1 upon A2 and B1 upon B2. So here A1 or A2, A1 is or A2 is what? Coefficient of x is, that is 1, 1. 1, 1 is here. So what ratio will come? If I find A1 upon A2, I am just erasing this. May I erase this? Yes, I am erasing this one. So we'll get the space. Now what I am trying to say, although this is not given in the question, but what I suggest, whenever any pair of equation you will come, you will get, you just find directly without solving, orally you can find somewhere the lines, these pair of lines will give which type of condition on the graph paper, whether intersecting or parallel or coincident. That immediately we can find by A1 upon A2. What is A1 upon A2 here, beta? 1, 1. Both are having 1, 1, so 1 upon 1. What is B1 upon B2 here? B1 upon B2. This B1 upon B2 is minus 3 and minus 7. It will cancel 3 upon 7. We can say 1 upon 1 is not equal to 3 by 7. That means what? A1 upon A2 is not equal to B1 upon B2. In this case, what will happen? In this case, lines will intersect. So it is very sure, although on this graph it was not visible, but once we extend, definitely there will be one unique point on which line will intersect. It is very sure. Okay. So that way we can find. So in this exercise, there are 3 questions. First question I have